When her husband passed away after 42 years of marriage, Yoon-hee thought life had ended too. The house felt like an empty echo, every corner whispering his name. She couldn't bear the silence. Even the ticking clock seemed cruel. The days blurred together. Wake, cry, remember, sleep. Everyone told her time would heal, but they never said how to survive until it did. It took her months to realize that life after loss isn't about forgetting, it's about transforming. Slowly, she uncovered three secrets, truths that don't erase the pain but turn it into something livable, even beautiful. The first secret was this: you must keep living outward, even when your heart wants to retreat inward. At first, Yoon-hee avoided everyone. Neighbors came to comfort her, but she turned them away. "I'm fine," she lied. In truth, she wasn't fine. She was fading. One day, her late husband's old friend dropped by unannounced. He didn't offer pity. Instead, he asked her to help with a charity event they both used to attend. She almost refused, but something inside her stirred, a sense of duty, or maybe memory. That weekend, she joined the event. The laughter around her felt strange at first, like a foreign language. But then she saw how others carried their own grief, quietly, gracefully. One woman there had lost her son, another her best friend. Yet they smiled, not out of denial, but defiance. Eun-hee realized that grief isolates you only if you let it. When you step outside, you give others permission to remind you of life. She started walking every morning, greeting familiar faces again. The world hadn't ended, it had just changed shape. Each sunrise became a small promise. As long as you keep moving, life follows you. The second secret, the unbelievable one, was to talk to the person you lost. Not in a mystical sense, but truly, openly, as if they're still listening. Every night, Eun-hee sat on the edge of her bed and spoke to her husband. She told him what she'd cooked, what the neighbor said, how lonely the afternoons were. At first, she felt foolish, but over time, it became a ritual of healing. When you lose someone, silence can be heavier than grief. Talking releases it. It's not madness, it's love continuing its conversation. The human heart doesn't understand death as an end, it only understands absence. By speaking aloud, Eun-hee turned absence into presence. She felt him in the wind, in old photographs, even in the way she folded his shirts before finally donating them. One evening, while watering the garden, she whispered, "I'm learning to live without you, but you're still part of every breath." And for the first time, instead of crying, she smiled. The third secret came quietly one morning when she found an old notebook on his desk. Inside were small notes he'd written to himself, plans for repairs, grocery lists, and, unexpectedly, a line that read, "If I go first, make sure she keeps singing." Yoon-hee had loved to sing when she was young, but had long since stopped. That note was like a gentle command. That afternoon, she joined the senior community choir in town. Her voice was rusty, trembling, but it carried her pain like music carries prayer. Each song stitched her heart a little tighter together. She realized that purpose, even a small one, is the thread that ties you back to life. Whether it's volunteering, gardening, or singing, purpose gives you structure when loss has torn your map apart. Months passed, and the seasons changed. Her friends noticed a glow returning to her face. She still missed him every day, but the grief had softened into gratitude. She stopped waiting for healing and started living it. One Sunday, while sitting on a park bench, a younger widow sat beside her, eyes swollen with tears. Yoon-hee took her hand and said, "It doesn't get easier, but it gets different. One day you'll laugh again and not feel guilty." The woman looked at her, startled, as if unsure she could believe that. Yoon-hee just smiled knowingly. The truth about losing your spouse is that it changes who you are, but not what you can become. You don't move on, you move forward. Love doesn't end. It transforms into memory, guidance, and quiet strength. The three secrets aren't complicated. Keep moving outward, keep talking to them, and keep finding new reasons to live. The second one may sound unbelievable, but those who've tried it know it works like medicine for the soul. Years later, when Eun-hee sang on stage for the first time since her husband's passing, she looked up at the bright lights and whispered under her breath, "I kept singing, just like you asked." In that moment, the grief didn't vanish. It harmonized. It became part of the song. And that's how love, even after death, keeps us alive.